I want to go real quick and do this training thing. But I know I'm going to forget this, so I'm going to record it. So if you guys want to see this stuff, if you want to know, like, hey, what are the Aizawa combos again? Here we go, guys. Here's 1, 2, 3, W. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dash. Quirk. Punch. Did I mess this up? I did. What the hell? What? What? How do you build bar again? I don't remember how the hell do you build bar? Ah, there we go. Okay, cool. Got it. Okay, so that was it. That was it. Okay. So now we got the E. Oh, it's a different one. Okay. So punch, punch, E, a bunch of punches, Q. And with the ulti, there you go. All right, also I want to go into how counter mode works, or how Q works. So Q has 3 different modes. We go through it. There's cloth right here, there is a knife right here, and then there's a cloth with knife. Okay, so if you look over here into this question mark, it'll tell you this right here with it's just cloth is sneak mode. If you have just the knife out, it's counter mode. If you have both of them, you're in ambush, aka damage boost mode. So when you're in sneak mode, the next skill will teleport behind the enemy, which is actually pretty cool. So if you're trying to do that particular thing, you'll go invisible and you'll also be able to teleport behind the enemy. When you're in counter style, which is just a knife by itself, when you're hit by an attack, you can use the bind combo to dodge away and counter attack the enemy. Pretty awesome, right? Now, if you have the ambush mode up, you'll be able to do a 6-hit combo. This right here is how you build up your bar really fast. So if you're trying to build up that bar, like I said earlier, this is kind of what you would go into. Depending on your distance, you can either do caltrops or you do taijutsu. So your things will change out depending on like what you're doing. So you'll only get caltrops if you're far away, if you're out of like assault range, and then if you're in assault range, you'll have like a 3-hit attack, or you'll have like another combo attack from the taijutsu mode. Or if you're far away, like you're out of assault range, you'll actually do the slam dunk thing where you grab them, you throw them on the ground. When you have your bar built up, well, when you use a racer, right, you instantly remove the attack of a nearby enemy. So pretty much if anybody hasn't got buffs or anything like that, it goes away. When you have the full bar, of course, when you hit that erasure, which is like his quirk, you'll go into this mode, this little Spider-Man looking mode, and you'll go drop down on them. And of course, you want to move around and land on them. If you don't land on them, you'll gather them all up and you'll blow them up. So that's kind of how that works. So you can literally cycle through your Qs. It has a really fast cooldown to figure out which mode you want. So like if I'm like far away, I'm like, hey, I want to go hit them. I go do this and I can start immediately doing combos, right? And notice how like after I'm out of sneak mode, it will put me in assault mode. That's something to kind of pay attention to too right now. And it can immediately, that's how you get that really quick bar build up. So for people that are wondering like, how do I build a bar really quick? Boom. So you have that. And if you have like your counter mode, obviously you're not gonna really get out of it unless somebody hits you. So if I have the villain attack on me, there you go. And I can immediately do attacks back to do a counter attack. You saw that lit up my fist when I'm in counter mode. I'm just gonna wait for him to attack me again, and you'll see like this whole fist will light up. Boom, and I can immediately counter attack him. You see that? So instead of having your perfect dodge, like if you're doing PvP stuff, you can actually do a counter attack, which is kind of cool. Now, the other thing that you have too, when you're doing this combo, is that you can do the caltrops to also build more meter up and also protect yourself. Or if you want to go back into the more combos, you can do this and then do your E, right? And kind of continue the combo. Then you should have your ulti or your thing back up. This right here is, guys, the befall is like the biggest damage you have. So Yes, I want to spam it as much as I can. And then also you have attack speed up in assault mode. And you can just slam dunk somebody too. See that I'm slam dunking him into the caltrops. So if you were to go in here, do this combo, and you knock him back, caltrop, and then you do the E, if he's close enough, you'll actually slam dunk them into the caltrops, which means they get bleed stacks, which is that 90% initial damage, and then they have a tick of 5% damage. I think it's every second or something like that of your attack, which is great. So that's something to consider, is like literally doing your combo and then caltrops out, right? And then be like, oh, here, boom, grab them, you'll slam dunk them into your caltrops. Look at that, he took 3 caltrops. That's 3 stacks of bleed. And if you're running the type of setup that I have, you'll do like a lot more damage to him because he has bleed on. So that's like one of the big things right there. The other thing too is like if you're far away, you can just always just caltrop up and you should be kind of good. It does take a while for it to come back, but it should be completely okay. If they have hyper armor up, and you'll kind of notice sometimes when they have hyper armor up, your E can actually cloth them instead of slam dunking them. So you'll put the cloth on them because you can't get CC'd right when you're hyper armor, so you just cloth them. And when they're in hyper armor, you do more damage if they have bleeds. So you see what I mean? So you kind of like you're kind of set yourself up for that. So he's a great character. Just remember that befall does more damage than this does right here, but this does more damage because of the buffs you get off of befall. So it's like a secular thing, right? Before I was using like Q all the time, and you can do that. You can get into a different mode, right? So if you wanted to be like in the other mode, you can kind of do that thing. You have different combos then. Just be like aware of what mode you're in when you're playing with him. And you can tell by the bar at the bottom. That's like the big thing. Because like your whole damage and your whole skill set changes. Because before I would be like doing combos. I was like, yeah, I'm mashing, whatever. I'm like, this is cool. And I'd push like Q and like I would change my type of combo. And I was like, wait, why am I not hitting stuff anymore? Why are they getting away? That's not really your combo mode. You're now in like your stealth ops, mode over here. You're like trying to do some cool stuff, right? So you want to make sure that you go into the correct mode. So you can kind of mess around with it too. If you want to like swap your combo like in the middle of it too, you can. It's a thing you can do. So you can change modes while mid combos. That's another thing you can do. So like if you were to do that combo right there, like you want to get them like a hard knockdown, and you can go like into your befall or into your ulti, you can do that too. There's a bunch of like little small things you can kind of do with that. Kind of cool. It's definitely a fun, cool character. If you're creative, you can get a lot of cool creative things. And of course, if you miss them, right, I can go ahead and pull them into the spot and blow them up. It doesn't do as much damage, but if there's a lot of enemies, that might be a better choice if they're not all on top of each other. Because like when you do that particular move, well, I'll have to get into my quirk in. But so when you do that particular move, if anything is whatever is in that circle, like you see this circle right here, whatever's in that circle gets pulled in. So I can like have like 10 enemies right here, and I can immediately get them all into bandages, which makes them take so much crazy damage. It's awesome. So that's something that you can kind of like mess around with. Let's get them all together, grouped up a little bit, right? Then we can go do this, and hopefully we're good. Can I get both of them? Yeah, we get this right here. Boom. Twofer. We get this right here. 400k, let's go. Good value fucking Aizawa. That was without a buff too, by the way. Wait, can I get it again? I heard you like getting deleted. That's fine. Cool. Bruh, I just realized how much higher my damage is. Holy shit. Guys are like, is Aizawa good? Just show them this clip. Make a clip of this right now, and then show this to your friends. When people are like, hey, I don't know if Aizawa is worth. They're like, this is what I learned with Aizawa, playing with him for like a couple days now. This guy helps you out, guys, man.